Hello! In a previous sequence, we saw that negotiation was used to find a compromise on issues where there is a divergence of interest in order to avoid a conflict. However, this method has an important consequence. It creates tension. Let's find out why it is necessary and how you should manage it. Tension is always the consequence of two opposing actions. Here, the divergence of interest which leads each party to resist the demands of the other party and the desire to arrive to a compromise. Too much tension and the negotiation will break down. Not enough and the settlement will not be as satisfactory. That is why it has to be managed. But how? First, it must always be directed toward the point of disagreement. For example, if I say, my company will not be able to accept such an increase without harming its profitability, I increase the tension by rejecting the other party's offer. The tension is properly focused on the point of disagreement. However, saying, "You're going too far. How can you talk about forming a partnership and make such an offer?" challenges the negotiator. In this case, the tension is directed against the other party and will not be the subject of a negotiation. A statement like this could make the other party seek to defend itself by confronting the aggression or by putting up even more resistance. By getting sidetracked, the tension becomes an obstacle to reaching a settlement. To manage the tension, I use the following three processes. First, I reduce it by reducing the gap between the position. I agree on higher increase than the one I had announced as acceptable, sir. Second, I can also break off the negotiation to show that there is an obstacle to reaching an agreement by saying, "We have made a lot of progress, but it seems like we can't go any further today. May I suggest that we take a break to see if an agreement is still possible before our meeting next Monday?" The frequency of these breaks reduces the meeting time and breaks up the tension so that it does not get too intense. Third, we can also use argumentative formulation to increase the tension by saying, "There is no way we could grant you such a deal. Our profitability would drop to an unacceptable level." Or with a more amenable formulation, "I think that it will be difficult to grant you such a deal if you don't make an equivalent concession. Can we consider it in order to move forward to our discussion?" In conclusion, we can clearly see that tension needs to be managed. I can achieve this by focusing on the objective, reducing the gap between the position, taking breaks in the negotiation, and using formulation techniques.